Hi, I'm Paul, and I'm bad with money. I'm not going to be stealing Gaby Dunn's title or tagline, but it's just true. It is currently January 2nd. I was thinking about my financial state right now and how much I hate it and how much I've gotten myself into exactly this position. It's all my fault. Nobody else's. It's my fault. But I thought that I would listen to Gaby Dunn's podcast, Bad with Money, and if I were so inspired by what she does, then maybe I would also share what's going on with the reality of my life, financially speaking. I'm going to try to keep each of these episodes short, and I don't know how often I will upload them. I had a reason that I wanted to say I know. One of the core things that I want to do with my channel is to battle stigma in discussing important topics. Like, I'm opposed to stigma when it comes to talking about vaginas and abortions and reproductive health in general. And mental health. Of course, mental health is a big one. Feeling like we can't talk about these things keeps our civilization's progress from moving forward. And why are we always so afraid to talk about money? Well, Gaby has a podcast all about that, and she goes into far better depth than I will. So I refer you to her podcast. Please check that out. It's excellent. In my show, I'll just talk about my experiences. Let's go. Hi, Paul Talkers and other viewers. My name is Paul. I'm based out of Los Angeles. I'm 41 years old. I currently do not have a full-time job. This is normally where Paul talks. So I thought I would go with a different title for this little series within my channel. In 2016, I decided that I wanted to move to California. That's it. I didn't prepare for it, didn't plan for it, just wanted to do it. Came out to California once in advance to find an apartment. The travel expenses and everything were paid for by my boss, because my boss at Chesapeake Systems in Baltimore, Maryland is flipping awesome. He's great. And I thought, when I get out here, I'll have a place to live, so I'll be able to find a replacement job while slowly easing out of working from my old job as a remote contractor. And I did keep on getting paid for my old job for a couple months. And even now, I still do contract work for them. But as of this moment, I have maxed out my credit cards, and I have $0 to my name. What is going to happen to me in January? I'm not sure. I'm whispering, less because I'm afraid of sharing this with you, and more because I'm afraid that somebody in my building will hear. And I don't know, I'll be evicted for not being able to pay the following month's rent. I can pay January. Yeah. My monetary needs for this month are this. I need $300 and some to pay my monthly car payment. I've got a few recurring bills like my internet access, my Google Fi smartphone, cell phone service. Those total up to about let's say $150. Let's say $900 for rent, all utilities and everything included. Those are all the things that I need to get this month. And the car payment I need to have by the middle of the month, because that's when it automatically deducts from my bank account. I'm not proud of these things, and in fact, I'm horribly ashamed of these things, which is why I don't talk about them to anybody, ever. I hang out with my friends right now in Los Angeles on occasion, and I act like I can do it. I act like I'm financially okay, or at least not desperately afraid for my financial life, when in fact I am afraid for my financial life. Currently, in terms of food, I've got some tea, a bag of rice. I have a couple of packets left of oatmeal. I have this much bread. I have some ramen noodles and some packets of seaweed. That's a burrito, some rice cake slices that I can put in soup, some hash brown potatoes, soy milk, kimchi, miso paste. That might be a lifesaver right there. Some tofu that I've cut up and I put into that Tupperware container. A few eggs. Jam, and a little bit of soup. That's all the food that I have, and I have no money right now to get any more food. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Between yesterday and today, I've been job hunting a little bit. A friend of mine, Jessica, might be able to hook me up with a job working for Time Warner, which would be great if I could do that. But I was also looking on Craigslist in the gigs section, gigs, for like part-time, remote, temporary, easy, fast, possible jobs. What I have not done is I've not submitted like a resume to any like real job websites like a Monster or Job or Career Builder or anything like that. And the reason for that is that I am afraid to. Like, it doesn't feel like fear, but it's like somewhere between fear and shame. I had a really good job in Baltimore where I was the chief information officer for a small company. I headed up a department of 0. It was just me. And I got there by basically progressing through the ranks within the company for 13 years. But I always just worked on getting the things done and never getting certified and stuff, so I have no certifications. I'm a pretty decent whiz at Salesforce administration, but I have no certifications to prove it. So I'm afraid that I could put together a resume and submit it to like tech companies, aiming for high-end positions, and that I will just be horribly, pathetically underqualified. And the thing is, I have no actual evidence that that is the case. Like, no one has rejected me saying, "No, Paul, you're unqualified for this, so it is absurd, and we are laughing at you for even applying to this." Nobody has done that. It's again, like a fear and a shame inside of me says that that is what's going to happen, and I find that I don't do anything. I don't do anything about applying to jobs, which is horrible. However, I'm hoping that this project of mine, PoorTalks, is going to kick my butt into actually applying for both the big jobs and the quick jobs, every jobs. I should tell you this, in my 13 years of working at my last job, I never, ever shied away from doing the hard things. I always took on the hard responsibilities. I was financially very careful and sound. I made very good decisions, and I did excellent work developing software on Salesforce and FileMaker for my company for 13 years. Why I don't think I can translate that track record into working for another company, I don't know. There's some sort of weird mental block that I have. I actually feel that if I got into another company, I could do them proud and I would do a great job. It's just this stumbling block of getting there in the first place. So this project, this idea, is that I will talk to you, the internet, about how horrible my financial situation is, in hopes that I will take steps to improve my financial situation so that I can report back to you about how I've improved things. It's holding myself accountable. I mean, I've never been in a worse financial situation since just out of college. Just out of college, I was also horrible, and it took a long time for me to get out of that bad position, and I'm back in it now. I'm back in it now in Los Angeles. I know I can get out of this. I'm not sure how. I know I can. I'm going to work at it. I have some ideas for other things I want to talk to you about in this series, my PoorTalks series. I'm not sure how often these will go up. But if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me about my poor situation in Los Angeles, please ask me in the comments below. Or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. If you'd like to leave me a tip, that would be great. You can go to paypal.me/Paul Roth, all one word, and you can leave me a tip. That would be wonderful. There's also going to be a link to it in the cards up there. Or you can support me on Patreon and send me a small amount of money every month. That would be great. There's going to be a link to that in the cards also, as well as in my end card. If you think that there is some value in this video that I'm making, I hope there's some value in this, then please feel free to share it on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, wherever. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you for watching all this way. What am I even doing? Thank you for watching all this. I just have to believe that somehow it's all going to work out. And that's why I say at the end of my videos, all my videos, tomorrow will be even better.